ones that are out there? I'm like, yeah. But it's like they don't remember you. You know, but that's because the Most High's not allowing it, because he's keeping us safe. But there's a lot, man, that'll keep a man from the truth. But the point is that this, like when the brother quoted John 8:32, you'll know that this world was always against you. You'll know that
it was set up. This world, you're brought in this world to go through it as an obstacle, like to overcome the course. It was a test.
Can you get Romans 12:2? It says, "Conform not to the world." Because that's another thing. Who would have thought? It's crazy when you think about it. Who would have thought this place that we're living in today was actually set up, like the brother said, set up to deceive you? Who would have ever thought that it was possible?
As soon as you come out your mother's womb, the matrix, you're already at battle. You're already at battle in the womb, but as soon as you come out that womb, the clock starts ticking. As soon as you're born, you're already dying. You're already on your way to dying, to death. We don't have eternal life on this side. But you start growing up, you know, everything's gonna be hitting you. You don't know, you're a baby, and your parents are supposed to be guiding you. Like Yahweh Shai told the fathers in the book of Deuteronomy to teach their children's the commandments, rising to go to the time they're walking in their daily life to going down to sleep, to be talking about it. But here in America, what are y'all talking about? Christmas, birthdays, celebrations, the holidays, and another big one is school. The educational system here in America, you know, because if you don't go to school, what happens? Your parents get fined. That's another big one too. That's a religious system in itself. Got you believing in some bullshit, the science that Esau comes up with. And they got the history book, but there's no truth in them. Other wanting you to know about the white man, what Christopher Columbus or David Crockett did, or Thomas Jefferson did. Whatever the fuck their names are, man. There's no edification in it. Who gives a damn about them? I mean, yeah, we gotta understand about, okay, what did they do? Like little key elements, key words, key things that they did. But that's also another thing that keeps you from knowing this truth. Because this is supposed to be your study book. This is supposed to be your education, your profession. Scriptures tell you that those that have picked this up have found a great profession. But I'm going to read Romans.
Yeah.
Romans 12:1. I beseech you therefore, brethren, by the mercies of God, that you present your bodies a living sacrifice, holy, acceptable unto God, which is your reasonable service.
Right, and real quick, and it says that, why is it saying that you also to do that? Because when you receive this knowledge, you are going to be put to the test. People are going to want to kill you for just speaking up against, because like they call us party crashers, because we're putting that bad vibration on y'all. Really, it's a good vibration. Yeah. Really, it's a good vibration, but those demons in there don't like it. All they love is evil. A lot of y'all people, man, there's some wicked stuff, man. I've heard that we've heard from the past, man, about how y'all people want to act on those days. A lot of y'all, we already know, man, adultery is going to be happening like crazy on that day, because you got them slutty ass outfits that y'all dress up in Santa, the girls dress up in. Man, and they got movies, man, they got a bunch of wickedness that's going to happen on that day. We speak about it all the time, and it doesn't ever get old, because it's just such great evil, you know. Like I was saying, like that's. But going back to the scriptures, like you gotta present your body a living sacrifice, because this truth, you gotta show that you really love it, that you're willing to put off those vain customs.
This is the book of Jude, verse 5. I will therefore put you in remembrance, though you once knew this, how that the Lord, having saved the people out of the land of Egypt, afterward destroyed them that believed not. And the angels which kept not their first estate, but left their own habitation, he had reserved in dirt and everlasting chains under darkness unto the judgment of the great day. Even as Sodom and Gomorrah and the cities about them in like manner, giving themselves over to fornication and going after strange flesh, are set forth an example, suffering the vengeance of eternal fire.
And that covers everything we've spoken about today. Because those chains of darkness that you're being reserved in, it's about staying in that mindset.
We're in this flesh, the flesh.
Right. And going
the mind too. The brain is contrary to the spirit. The script, Jeremiah 17 proves that. Go ahead.
Yeah. Oh yeah. But just but y'all are an example. This is gonna be a great example, man. It's gonna be so great that y'all gonna come back right forever. Because you wanna listen to what the white man says, and that's another thing too, man. They even tell you. You got people always say, like the ones who like to give an attitude, they're like, oh, I don't want to celebrate the white man's holiday, because they know it's a wicked holiday. They know the white man came up with it.
They did their research.
Man, but y'all people, man, like the brother was saying earlier, it's like the Most High literally put a big ass neon light sign with blinkers going at it, saying sign right here, but y'all people don't take it. Y'all just keep on feeding yourselves with that, like I said in Isaiah 66, where it said that y'all sanctify yourselves in swine's flesh. Y'all are abominable, man. Y'all are celebrating wicked things. But can you give that one to Romans again? It was the one where it says conform.
Yeah. Romans 12:2. And be not conformed to this world, but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind, that you may prove what is that good and acceptable, perfect will of God.
Right, and that you may prove, first of all, not conforming yourself to the ways of this world, but after renewing your mind, you'll be able to prove that which is good. Meaning you'll know this place is wicked. You'll know these holidays are wicked. That's what the word does for you, man. Like we said in John. The word tells you the truth. The Most High tells you also, he plays out, says, I am understanding. This is not your rest. This is your battle, your obstacle, your test, your trial, however you want to see it. This is all your great tests, man. And in that test, you're going to be faced with things that are going to try to deceive you. This is the greatest maze ever, man.
This is 1 John 4:5. They are of the world, therefore speak they of the world, and the world heareth them. We are of God. He that knoweth God heareth us. He that is not of God heareth not us. Hereby know we the spirit of truth and the spirit of error.
Right, so we know who the spirit of truth is, the spirit of error is. If you, like I said, if you agree, that's the only way we know. And if you agree with what we're saying, and we already know, man, this whole city does not agree. Like I was thinking about it the other day too. Like there's like 100-something thousand people now in San Angelo, and you've only got 2 men, but we're condemning 99,000, whatever, 100,000 people already now. You know, not one of y'all has turned from your wicked ways. Not one of you has amended your ways and came to the realization that, hey, I am going up. I am celebrating wicked holidays.
Sincerely, or being moved with fear and coming over here to be a servant for Yahweh Shai. Instead, it's like the Yahweh Shai told us was true, was a parable of the sower and the seed. The seed being sold to these people, and some hold on to it for a little bit, but then they go back to their old ways.
It was the one you were talking about. This is Matthew 13:22. He also that receives seed among the thorns is he that heareth the word, and the care of this world and the deceitfulness of riches.
Right, going back to the cares of the world, talking about like you worried about your family on these holidays, or your children, how they're gonna feel because all the other kids are getting gifts, all the other kids have a Christmas tree. That's gonna choke up that word. You know, the scriptures say you can't. You gotta hate your father and mother, your son, your daughter, your father-in-law, mother-in-law, and even your own life to be a disciple. You can't. Nothing can hinder the spirit. Because if anything hinders it, it begins to choke it. It begins to hold it back, suffocate it. And what happens when you suffocate or choke something, it dies. It's why when you gotta resist and fight, because these spirits, that's exactly what they're wanting to do. They wanted to conform your mindset that's been conformed, your mindset that's been renewed to the spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahushai. Want you to go to be conformed back to the world, to be a friend of the world again. Like James 4:4 says that a friend of the world is to be an enemy with God. That's why we come out here, man, to continue to prove our faith, not for the brothers, not for nobody, but for the Lord and for ourselves, man. It says seek out thy own salvation with fear and trembling. And we got to rehearse the righteous acts to the best of our ability. It's not for no one else. Yeah, for the elect, for us meant to be examples. But that's exactly what happens, man. That this world is a great obstacle. It's not just you're born and to have a great life and to have great enjoyment and to be a free spirit. No, that's deception. When you come to this truth, it will tell you exactly why you were even born, man. It'll tell you why. To see what you're gonna do, how you're gonna live. If you're gonna come to the truth or not come to, because there's no gray area. It's black or white. And I've always, even before I came into the truth, from what the brothers broke down, all the parables, the baptism, the water baptism, all that. I had an understanding that there was always either yes or no. It was just it's either you're black, you're evil, or you're good. You know? But then certain people are like, no, you can't be that way. Yeah, there's things in between, but you have to dissect, analyze, discern. But then it goes back to black or white. That's when it goes back to black or white. Eventually. You can't be in the middle. You can't be lukewarm. The Lord tells you that in Revelations. To be hot, or to be hot is to be on fire. You know, to be cold is, you know, you're indolent. You're at idle. You're in idle state. You're a sloth. You know, you have no activeness, you know, or to be cold is to be indifferent. You have no care. You have no care for no apathy. That's the same thing. You have no desire or pleasure in it either. That's to be cold. But if you want to be lukewarm, that's a nasty taste in the Lord's mouth, because it's either be cold or hot. That's the Lord. That's the way the Lord sees it, man. It's either be cold or hot. I wish you worked out. If you were good, be good. If you worked out evil, be evil. Because to be lukewarm is a bitter, nasty taste in the Lord's mouth. That's why he says he's going to spew you out. And it's the truth.
Comes to mind, it's like, you're lukewarm. What is that? Warm and cold. It's like you like both.
Yeah, you're like, in between.
You like the righteous, but you also like the wicked.
You're in between.
Yeah.
And the Lord don't like that. And that's why you got to come out to put out your bodies as a living sacrifice, which is your reasonable service, and to not be conformed to the world anymore. You got to turn away from the world. Okay?
Get this. This is Titus chapter 2, verse 11. For the grace of the Most High that bringeth salvation hath appeared to all men.
It has appeared to all men. Because you got Edomites, you got Ammonites, you got Ishmaelites. They're all witnessing it. They all witnessed it even in his time. Even in his time, they witnessed it. Fucking Edomites, fucking flipping his off and shit. And but go ahead and read it again.
It said, for the grace of the Most High that bringeth salvation hath appeared to all men, teaching us that denying ungodliness and worldly lusts, we should live soberly, righteously, and godly in this present world.
Hey, so he's teaching us, because the scriptures say we have to follow after his footsteps. Because to live ungodly or unrighteously leads to death. The wages of sin is death. That's your reward, to die. And nobody wants to die. But the salvation of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, and to bring this knowledge, the true doctrine of the Bible, was to the elect. That's who those men that were meant to see his salvation, because everybody else ain't gonna see the salvation. It's gonna happen like that while they're getting burned up. While all this chaos is going on in America, the Lord's gonna let them see it. But what I'm trying to say is that they're not gonna know what's gonna happen. Not even the elects know what's gonna happen. That's how quick it's gonna happen, though. That they're not even gonna know. Like when hell fell on them, they're not even gonna know when the elect were deemed up, redeemed, until they're on fire.
It's crazy. And another thing too, man, why do you think the Most High says to strive for the truth until death? You know, going back to what the brother was talking about in Revelations, why do you think he tells you that?
Because it's to hold on to life.
Yeah, because that's being hot. Showing that you're willing to go all out, you're willing to receive that certain. If it happens, you know, if it happens to you, then take it. Why do you think it tells you that? Because he's not about he's not about people who can't decide things. That's an unstable mindset. That's a person that doesn't know what they want. And the Most High wants men, real men, not a man who, like I said last week, like the brother said, that worship these wicked ass idols. That follow after that are under the women, man. That are that just don't regard instruction. That just don't take life seriously, take things seriously. And everything's a joke to them. Why do you think he's allowed? Why do you think Most High is allowing you 2/3 to stay in that mindset? Why do you think he's allowing you to stay in the indoctrination of Christmas? Because he knows that there's something in y'all, man, that we know that y'all don't like. Or he knows that there's something in y'all that's wrong, or that's wicked, that y'all do love this life. Y'all do love celebrating these wicked holidays. Y'all don't like the brother was saying too about what did he say? He said like you'll know exactly how you're supposed to live as soon as you're born. You know why you're born, and the reason it is because the scriptures tell you in Ecclesiastes to serve the Most High and obey His commandments. You know, but that's the reason why the Most High allows you to stay in those mindsets. But and that's why it says in Ephesians 2, it says to be circumspect and watch and be wise, or see that you walk circumspectly as being wise and not as fools, because then you'll be regarding times. And that's the point. Like that's why the Most High allows you to stay in that mindset, because y'all don't want this. Y'all don't want truth. Like we were saying earlier, y'all rather live in ignorance.
I got Hebrews 2:1. It says, therefore we ought to give the more earnest heed to the things which we have heard, lest at any time we should let them slip. For if the word spoken by angels was steadfast, and every transgression and disobedience received a just recompense of reward, how shall we escape if we neglect so great salvation, which at the first began to be spoken by the Lord, and was confirmed unto us by them that heard him?
Right, man. See, how do you expect to escape something that was so great that was given to us, man? Something that was from the above. Somewhere we can't even go. We don't even have the power to. We can't even fly yet, man. You know, we don't even have spiritual power right now. But yet this is a spiritual power. To have this, to be able to actually be able to hold the Bible and have the right understanding, to know the truth. That's like I said, how are you going to escape if you neglected such a great salvation, man? When the Most High that's why it says that Peter's For if a man were to have known righteousness and he were to turn around and